are. I was wondering where you were. I've been looking for you. I've been looking forward to seeing you all year. I wanted to go to Glastonbury. Was it Glastonbury? I wanted to go to Glastonbury, but it's not happening, is it? So I'm lucky. They've asked me to tell you a story. Yes, my name's Magpie, and I tell stories. How do you do? Maybe you've been to the Green Kids Field and you've seen me. Maybe not. Whichever way, I'm going to tell a tale. Get yourself comfy. I'll take off my cloak and we'll begin. Should I take off my hat too? Sure I've got loads of space around my head? Yeah, okay. I'm going to take off my hat and then we'll
see what happens. That was strange.
It was really strange.
Which one do you prefer? This sounds like a storyteller's voice. Let's give this one a go.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Hello. Magpie is going to tell you a tale. And this tale is from North America. It's one of the tribes, the Algonquin tribes actually, although across the Americas, I think everybody tells stories about the Great Rabbit, or maybe a Jackrabbit if you go back long enough. So I'm going to tell you a story about Matigues. It's difficult for me to see you in there, but you can see me. So if you want to get involved, then get involved over there. It's very strange, I'll be by myself. So here we go. I say crick, you say crack. I say crick, you say crack, even though I'll probably do it for you. And then I'll get the story started and we'll see how we do. Crick, crack, crick, crack. Story out of my sack. Matigues was the lord of all rabbits. And he was a bit of a magician. And he used magic that was called metulin. And he would use bits of wood from the cedar tree, which he kept in a little bag. And every time he used them, he could make illusions, which is things that you think you can see, but they're not really there. It's a type of magic. And this is what he does when he throws his metulin. Magic made. Every time he jumps a mile, which is a long way. So that's Matigues. Here we go. Would you like me to show you him jumping? Okay. Yeah? There's another character I've got to introduce you to before I tell you the whole story. Wildcat was mean. He had large, sharp teeth. He had long, pointy claws. He had a long tail. And he liked to eat rabbit. I don't know why I put that voice on him, but that's what's happened. So, one day, here we go. One day, Matigues was hopping along when he came upon a field of carrots. So he started to pull at the green bit until he got his carrot. And then he'd throw the green bit away. And he went on like that. Whoa, yes. And he went on like that. When who should come upon the same field? You guessed it. Wildcat saw the rabbit and started to sneak up on him. He got close. The green bit hit him in the eye. The rabbit herd spun round and hopped away a mile and a hop. The cat ran after him. They ran and they hopped. They ran and they hopped all day and into the night, until eventually Magpie was tired. He couldn't hop any further. He found himself in a field of snow. There was nowhere else to hide or go. The cat would smell him out. He pulled out his bag of magic Mitulin from the cedar tree and he threw it into the snow. When Wildcat arrived, did he find the rabbit? No. He found an old man sitting under a teepee. And he had a big pot of soup that he was stirring. And the cat said to him, "Excuse me, sir, have you seen a rather large whitish rabbit in these parts?" "Well, we have many rabbits in these parts, but it's getting late. Don't waste your time now looking for rabbits. I'm making rabbit stew. Stay with me and have some soup. You can sleep by the fire and begin looking for him in the morning." The only strange thing about this man, he was called a sagamore. He was a wise old man, sagamore. The only strange thing about him was that he had two rather large feathers sticking out of the top of his head. The cat ate the soup and then went to sleep by the fire. When the morning came and he woke up, the first thing he noticed was he was freezing. The second thing he noticed was his tummy felt empty. And when he opened his eyes, he saw that everything had gone. The man, the pot, the teepee, and all that was left were rabbit footprints in the snow. He realized he'd been tricked, so he said, "Magpie, I promise by my tail that I will catch you and I will eat you." They ran and they hopped. They ran and they hopped all day and into the evening, until eventually Magpie got tired. He found himself in a forest of spruce trees. He couldn't climb up them or hide behind them. He pulled out his bag, piece of wood, and threw it into the forest. When Wildcat arrived, he found a little village of houses. There was a church. He could hear singing. He followed the singing to the church, went in and sat down. There was a priest at the front of the church talking. "It is very, very difficult. This is very, 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 very naughty to hunt and kill wild animals. Don't do it." After the sermon had finished, the cat went up to the priest. "Excuse me, sir, have you seen a rather large whitish rabbit in these parts?" "Oh, we get many rabbits in these parts." Now, the only strange thing about this priest was that he had two rather large curls of white hair sticking out of the top of his head. "Don't waste your time looking for them. Come to my house, have a sandwich, you can sleep by my fire, and you can carry on looking in the morning." So they did, and they had sandwiches. And the cat went to sleep by the fire. When he woke up, he was freezing, and he was so hungry. And when he opened his eyes, the village had gone. The church, all the houses, all the people. And he realized, as he could see, rabbit footprints, that he'd been tricked again. And he screamed, I'm going to shout, be ready. "Magpie, I promise by my tail that I will catch you, and I will. Yeah. They ran and they hopped, they ran and they hopped all day and into the evening until Rabbit got tired, only this time he came to the edge of the land. There was only water beyond. He opened his bag. He only had one piece of wood left. And he threw it into the water. When Wildcat turned up, he saw the footprints in the sand. He looked out into the water, and all he could see was a giant ship with guns, cannons sticking out of the side of the ship. And on the top of the ship was the captain. And the only strange thing about the captain was that he had two rather large white parrots sitting on the top of his head. Only this time the cat had worked it out. I'm not going to be tricked by you no more. I can see it's you, Martin West. So the cat jumped into the water and started to swim over to the ship. The rabbit lit the cannon. The cannonballs flew past the cat until the cat got too scared. So he turned round. The cannonballs were flying. He ran up to the sand dunes and he ran away. And as he ran away, his tail fell off because he kept saying, I promise by my tail that I will catch you. And he didn't catch him. Now, if you go to North America, there's a cat with no tail. He's called the bobcat. The bobcat. And that's how the cat lost his tail. Once he'd gone, the rabbit hopped home with a smile on his face. I say crick, 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 crack, crick, crack. Story back into my sack. I could talk forever, but I've got no more time. So thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. And I hope you have a nice summer wherever you are.
Bye.